Hello everybody, we are the Geeks and Degenerates. I am Enzo, this is my forever co-host John. This week we're talking about video game movies because this year, 2024, there's a lot of video game adaptations from Fallout to Sonic 3 to possibly BMC, which is the thing I'm most excited for, and the Haley Atwell-led Tomb Raider animated series from Netflix. So,
Yeah. Also, not gonna lie, we also have a couple ones that are coming up pretty soon. We do have the Metal Gear movie coming up. I don't know what year, but there is an announcement for Death Stranding.
yes.
And or the studio that's gonna be doing it is A24,
Yes.
which is fucking crazy. So yeah, we're here just to go through a couple of shitty, not really shitty, you could say guilty pleasure video game movies and see how far we've come.
Yeah, it's nice to look back at all. I was about to say something nice, but to be honest, throughout the history of us growing up watching video game movies, there hasn't been a lot of gems until fairly recently, with stuff like The Last of Us and Sonic and what else am I missing? Arcane, fuck Arcane.
Arcane, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we shall start, since it is 2024 and this movie is 30 years old, we shall start with Street Fighter, the Van Damme-led movie. We won't go through this chronologically because it is a guilty pleasure and we just want to make fun of it.
It is such a hodgepodge of brilliance. It's so good. I love it. I fucking love this movie. Rewatching, I forgot how good this was.
Yeah. This movie is pretty star-studded with, of course, Van Damme, Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile, Ming-Na Wen as Chun-Li, Kylie Minogue as Cammy, Raul Julia as M. Bison, and just a hodgepodge of almost everybody you love from the game here. And you find out the reason why it's because Capcom was set on having all of their characters in this game, while the director was like, can we just have 9 or 6? And as production started, they were like, can we add a little more? Can we add a little more? Can we add? And he's like, oh, fuck, they're just cameos now.
I did find it weird that E Honda was Hawaii,
Right?
when he's straight up Japanese sumo wrestler.
What nationality is Sagat? Because he's played by
No,
West.
all I know is I don't. Yeah.
He's played by West Studi here. Is Sagat Native American?
Right.
Yeah. I think that was one of the big things with Guile, because because Guile in the game is pure on American. Van Damme is not American, which is fine.
Vega, I don't know what Vega was. I don't know what Vega's nationality is supposed to be, but here he's I thought it was Japanese or
Yeah. Obviously, this movie takes a lot of creative licenses with the game, because I don't remember this war happening between Guile and M. Bison in the game ever.
Yeah.
And all the 6. How many entries does Street Fighter have? A shit ton at this point.
Okay, look, I just like the fighting game. I don't really go through the lore. Of
Yeah,
Street Fighter.
it's not Mortal Kombat or Tekken. It's Street Fighter. It's fun, all fun.
I don't know. I would say I think there is lore and it's pretty good. It's just I never personally went in
Neither have
delved in
I.
deep. Yeah.
But I do love watching this movie for 2 reasons. One being Van Damme and the other one being Bison. I love how serious Raul Julia takes this role. The moments of pure dialogue where he's talking about I'm here to make the world a better place. The Americans and the AN are trying to stop me. And just dialogue heavy material that you would swear comes from a dramatic actor's resume. But here he's M. Bison and he's doing spoken word poetry as M. Bison. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And he's clearly out of his fucking mind too.
Yeah.
As I said, he's psychopathic. And he's like, I have done nothing wrong. All I want is to fight the best fighter. Okay. But it makes me Van Damme being every not gonna lie, he's a PR nightmare.
Oh yeah.
Guy flirts a little too much to a point where I'm yeesh.
Yeah, apparently he production wise he had trouble showing up on time because he was at the time Van Damme was hooked on drugs and kept showing up late.
Yeah.
Also was a bit too busy showing Kylie Minogue talent because he was very familiar with the place. So he would also show up late because of that. There's a lot of pre-production facts, like most of the cast were late because they got addicted to Thailand's massage parlors. Just too good.
Okay. Dang.
Yeah.
I guess we gotta try. Well, yeah. I guess massage parlors are way cheaper, like
In
down
Thailand.
here in East Asia,
Yeah.
compared to like in the US, where it like costs them, what, like $40 for a massage, where here it just maybe $8,
Yeah.
500, like $10, which is like 500 pesos here.
Yeah. Who are the standouts to you, I wonder?
Oddly enough, the people who I thought were supposed to be standouts, or like the main characters, were supposed to be Ken and Ryu.
Ryu?
Yeah, Ryu, either one.
Yeah.
But no, they were like side characters. The main character here was Guile. It was
Yeah.
quite odd, and like Chun-Li.
Yeah, it's like, that's weird. Guile's not... I don't remember Guile being the face of Street Fighter. It's usually...
Yeah, it's always a Ryu, right?
Yeah,
like,
or Ken. And you're like,
or Ken.
I do love how they build Van Damme to be ultra American, and then he speaks and he's like, you son of a
I was
bitch.
like, yeah, it's like, this Frenchman just trying his best to be American.
Belgian.
Belgian.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, it's French. That's Jean.
You know, Belgium does share the same language as France, I believe.
French, really?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, kids.
Yeah. What you were saying about the main characters?
Yeah. Okay, not a lot of standouts here, but like, Zangief was one of like the goats of this movie. Where they're like, I love his character. Where I was like, why did you join M Bison's like group? This guy says he paid me a fortune. We're getting paid? Since it just fucking killed me. I was like, I love this guy. Like, he's the clearly like the himbo like idiot. But he has a heart of gold. I love him.
Is that Will Poulter meme before?
Will Poulter
Yeah.
made it a thing, yeah. It's exactly like that. He pioneered it. Zangief pioneered it.
Funny enough, despite the complaints, and there are valid complaints about this movie, the fighting, the main aspect of this movie, it's pretty good in my opinion. Like, it's very...
I was gonna say the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
The fucking choreography of this movie is absolute goated. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right?
Like, when you see Van Damme, like, do, like, a spinning back kick, I was like, well, yeah, she hit that guy.
Right?
Holy shit. Like, these people are taking hits.
Yeah.
I love it when Chun-Li, like, pulled the... no, it wasn't Chun-Li. It was Guile, where you, like, pulled the guy's legs from under him,
Yeah.
and just hooked him on the back, on his spine, and just knocked him out. I was like,
I
that shit was
love
so
it.
funny.
I love how him and M. Bison are like, we are two leaders of both sides of the world. So let's settle this with like fisticuffs, bitch. You're like,
And then he starts floating, and he starts using electricity. I was like, what the fuck, man?
yeah. I do love the scene where he does an end game where Chun-Li is describing her backstory, and he's like, "Oh, did they?"
To be honest with you, I don't remember.
It's like, I don't even know who you are. Ah, shit.
And Chun-Li's just shocked. He's like, you don't remember?
Yeah, she doesn't have the Scarlet Witch reaction of like, "Oh, bitch, you will remember." She's just like, "Ah, okay, shit, what am I doing here then?"
Well, like your entire dialogue or your entire explanation just like went to shit.
The costume design is pretty good too. I was like, this is surprisingly well. Of course, I think I read somewhere it's because Capcom kept like hovering of like, we need to make this accurate for people who like the games, even though we are making a made-up war. Also,
Yeah.
Gal drives a tank. I was like, when has Street Fighter ever had a tank or a vehicle anywhere? and then I read that like Hasbro had a deal with the movie to replace their unused GI Joe toys and make them Street Fighter toys. That's why Van Damme has a tank in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta kind of have to, I don't know. You gotta budget some shit, alright? It's a video game movie in the 90s. Like, for sure, not a lot of people had faith in it, and clearly IMDb didn't have faith in it either. It's a 4 out of 10. I highly disagree.
It's such a fun movie to watch, though. It's just so.
It's such a good movie to watch.
Yeah.
It's a fun time. The dialogue. At some points, it does feel like Chinese cinema, where they kind of dub over.
Yeah.
But their lips match the words, but like the audio doesn't match the atmosphere or like the world that they're in. So I'm like, they do voice acting after this?
Right.
Like they couldn't afford a mic on the spot? Like, what's happening? Which made it funnier. But I was like, what's going on?
I believe I read somewhere that Capcom kept pressuring them because they were behind schedule, but they were like, we have to make this a Christmas release in 1994. We can't have it any other way. And then they had to split the teams of like one has to go to Australia to film like reshoots or fight scenes, while the team in Thailand has to do scenes with Raul Julia doing heavy dialogue scenes. And they just had to combine the two films together. And that's how they made this movie. Like, it's a fucking miracle this movie works.
Yeah. And I would say it's a cult classic. Like, we joke that like some video game movies are bad. This is just good bad. You know,
Yeah.
like it's not horrible. And like it's horrible, but it's watchable.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's a good time. Like, you know, if you don't want like a serious like video game movie, this is it.
Yeah, it's just like a really fun time to just vibe to. Like, you don't put this on hoping it's Warrior. You just put it on knowing it's Street Fighter. 94
Yeah, like-
Street Fighter.
Like you just see Van Damme complaining like as if he was in the military. It's like, like 4 years in ROTC for this shit. And I'm like, what the fuck you mean?
I do love the speech he gives to the troops of like, they told me to quit. I'm gonna kick that son of a bitch's ass across the lake. Like, what? Sure.
Okay.
Oh, what a rousing speech, sir.
And he gets on his like toy boat, you know, like he sets off.
Yeah, and again, you know, like, I don't remember Street Fighter having any stealth boats anywhere in its franchise. But you do you.
Yeah, like I don't, but I do not like it that Chun-Li, how she got her like her bracelets was from a very kinky handcuff that M. Bison put on her.
Right?
Yeah. Jesus, it's so funny.
I do
Like,
love
he's
that.
trying to seduce. He's trying to seduce Chun-Li, and also oddly enough, Chun-Li's a journalist. I don't know if that's the actual lore of Chun-Li.
Neither do I.
But yeah, so like he like he like changes his outfit. He puts on like, you know, the coat. He changes his like brown hat to a red hat, and I was like, I can't take this seriously at all. And then he puts on music. I was dying while I was watching this fucking movie. And Bison being the misogynistic fucker ever, being like, I don't see you as a threat, you woman. And then she's like, well, that's what I want everyone to think. And then she like does the diving kick.
You know what, coming from M. Bison, I was like, yeah, that makes sense that you are a misogynist piece of shit.
Yeah.
But my god, the late great Raul Julia gives such life to this guy. Do you like the
Yeah.
dedication of like them being like, to our friend Raul, go with God, something like that. It's a very touching tribute. But yeah, I don't have
Well, it's such a different character from M. Bison to what was his name again? Gomez Adams.
Yeah.
Where he's the polar opposite of M. Bison.
Yeah. You can obviously tell that all of them here though had such a great time making this movie. They're like, it's
Yeah.
Street Fighter and we'll have the best time of our lives. Like, alright, you do you. It's fine.
Only like understandable costume design that they had to change was for Cammy,
Yeah,
and we get it. It's fine. We understand.
I don't think Kylie Minogue would agree to that costume.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what would you rate Street Fighter?
Man, this shit is awesome. I'll give this one a 7.5 out of 10. Yes, it is higher than some of the actual good movies. But it's such a good time. The one line is, you can't say them all. They're all so good. They're all so funny. And I just had a good time watching this, and time flew by so fast when I was watching this. I want more. I want more of this legacy. I wish there was a trilogy
Right?
that kept up the momentum of this movie. But yeah, it's such a good time. So yeah, 7.5 out of 10 for me.
I'll also give this a 7. It's a fun time. Not gonna lie, it's just a fun, relaxing time. You can put this on with anyone, and I don't think they will complain unless they take things too seriously. And you're like, I'm sorry that you're looking for a Creed or Warrior. We have a Street Fighter. Sorry, man. I don't know what else to tell
I
you.
wouldn't complain.
Yeah.
I wouldn't complain.
I think there is a second movie all about Chun-Li's like origin, but I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
And I'm surprised this doesn't have like a trilogy, to be honest, since everybody seems to love it. Well, now everybody seems to love it. Don't forget what the reception was back then, the 90s. Maybe people thought it was too bad or too horrible. Who knows?
Well, I guess they couldn't really compare it to any other, video game movies.
Yeah. But yeah, that's been our video for Street Fighter, the 1994 Guilty Pleasure Classic. To the audience, what's your favorite Street Fighter character to play as? Mine's always Ryu. Always.
Ryu.
Yeah.
E Honda.
Ooh.
Yeah, like Ryu does it.
Yeah.
Like everybody fucking hates that shit.
But yeah, if you like our videos, please leave them a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify to hear us on the go, TikTok, and we're also on TikTok to see our best and funniest reactions and our reaction to trailers. And individually, I am Zoe does voices. I do funny and serious voices. So if you're interested in that, please follow the link down below. Where can I find you?
Oh, you can find me at JohnJ__ on Instagram and it's already found.
And until the next video game movie, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.